Alright folks, the Three Fest continues on this May 30th. I went to Trinity Western University and threes just chased me everywhere I go. Divine appointments, people, saying things that I didn't ask for, didn't orchestrate, didn't plan on them being there, but God in His foreordinance made it happen. Okay? So, I'm going to start with my very coolest one of all. So cool, because it's so discreet. Just an obvious three fast. I'm going to do it in chronological order. But check this one out. There's so many of these, there's millions of these all over the universe, okay? This is a product by International Paper. It's called the top of any soft drink cup. You have I'm not joking folks, God is perfectly sovereign. This whole story belongs to Him. And you have three bubbles that are labeled with things. The one says other, the one says cola, and the one says diet. Well, by Divine Ordinance, those three words knit together to make 135, which is love plus half a love. And we're going to find the love plus half a love in them. And I punched in the other because I was led by God to get peach Sprite from the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine. They have a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine at Trinity Western University, and peach Sprite equals the truth. Let's actually start by getting that one on the board. The first things, and I also was led to buy a bunch of bananas. Banana is like the king fruit for the number 3. It adds to 33 perfectly. But peach Sprite, let's get that on the board, because that's. And Coca-Cola Freestyle we've solved before. Peach Sprite you can get at the Coca-Cola Freestyle is perfectly identical to the truth. So peach equals 33, Sprite is 87. And same with these two words. The equals 33 and truth equals 87. So when you go to the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, which is bright red, the king of colors at Trinity Western University, and you press the first button you press is fruit flavors, and then the word peach is right in the center. Press peach, and then the first one on the list is Sprite peach, or peach with Sprite. Well, by Divine Ordinance, peach Sprite equals 33 plus 87 equals 120 perfectly. And the truth equals 33 plus 87 equals 120 perfectly. So Sprite equals truth, peach equals the. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So that's why I was led to get peach Sprite. And by the way, it is my favorite flavor. I tried all the different, before I was even thinking about this, I tried all the different flavors at the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine and discovered that peach Sprite is my favorite. So God foreordained me to have the taste buds that I have for this whole perfection fest with the number 3. It is what it is. Amazing. So I got 3 bunches of bananas from where? Willowbrook Produce. I love how God leads me day by day. So, first thing, I go to Willowbrook Produce. Willowbrook Produce divides by 3. It's also been ranked like the top produce stand in Langley for whatever. It's right across from Superstore. Willowbrook Produce divides by 3. There I get 3 bunches of bananas. Organic. Organic equals water. Okay? And a bunch of other. But even the code on said bananas, I have them right here. Even the code divides by 3. Organic bananas are 94011. That divides by 3. The non-organic ones are just 4011. But both numbers divide by 3. But obviously the organic one is higher. And they're made by Dole. Well, find love in Dole is pretty obvious. OL in the center, 27, 3 9s, and then the DE is another 9. Dole. That's 36, so a Dole banana equals Jehovah. Whew, that's good. Dole equals 36, banana equals 33, so a Dole banana equals 69 equals Jehovah. So, now you understand why I'm led by Jehovah to go buy a bunch of bananas from Willowbrook Produce in Langley, BC, Canada, while driving a Chrysler Neon LX with the license plate 888 silver, ordained to come my way from the government, not personalized by my own will, okay? So, I go to Willowbrook Produce. The price per pound for said bananas, organic, was $1.50 per pound. $1.50 divided by 3, no. And I got 3 bunches of them. And I ate 3 of them before I got to Trinity Western University. Now I knew I wanted something fizzy and zippy to cleanse my palate and complement said bananas. Because bananas, of course, are not very acidic or zippy. So it's nice to have something with some good kick, some good zip to complement the bananas. And peach Sprite is the perfect fizzy drink to do that. And since I was going to Trinity Western University, and the Holy Ghost told me to take the overpass route. It's a beautiful, brand new overpass that goes directly along 64. So I pull away from Willowbrook Produce, head straight down 64th, past the Costco, you know, over the brand new overpass, hit, oh, another gem I got. Right at the bottom of said overpass, you come to the junction called Highway 10. And the sign staring me straight in the face over the intersection is Highway 10. Well, miracle of miracles, Highway 10, what comes out of your mouth, highway divides by 3, 10 divides by 3, highway is 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 10 is 39. Hello, that's just like peach Sprite and the truth. It adds to 120 perfectly. And I did the math while I was sitting there in my car, my Chrysler Neon LX, of which every component divides by 3. I look up, I see Highway 10, I know the highway divides by 3, I know that 10 divides by 3, T-E-N. Do the math while I'm in the car, oh my, it adds to 120 perfectly. So add that to this whole bonus party on this ordained route of me going to Trinity Western University. Rather, the whole story being ordained, really. Okay. Highway 10. And it's written on a sign that is green plus white. Well, green plus white divides by 3. White is 65, green is 49. That is 114. Okay? Divides by 3. So, I turn left onto Highway 10, and then Highway 10 turns into Glover Road. And that is the road that you follow all the way to get to Trinity Western University. Okay? And Glover Road was Love plus 1266, plus 18, 84, 102, plus 15, 117. That's amazing. You gotta be kidding me. That equals mathematician. So both words divide by 3, differing by 3. So I turn left onto Highway 10, that equals 120, which then turns shortly into Glover Road, which is exactly 3 points less. Perfect. So, and while I'm going to Glover Road, the Holy Ghost tells me that I can get peach Sprite at the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine at Trinity Western University to perfectly complement the bunches of bananas that I got. Has some great zip in my mouth, in addition to the very mellow, soft, somewhat bland texture of bananas. And so I show up at Trinity Western University, and the sign reads, "Welcome to Trinity Western University." Every part divides by 3. And then it changes to date, time, temperature. Those 3 words divide by 3. And of course every date is in 3 components. Day, month, year. And on and on and on. Okay. Sure enough, the first thing I do, I go and park in my famous 27 parking spot at Trinity Western University. It's right outside the gym. And the new gym facility, which was just completed this year. Everything is a blessing. Brand new gym facility and weight room. But I park in spot number 27. 3 times 3 times 3. And then I walked to the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, and this is the very cup, right here, that I filled up with peach Sprite. But I added something else. Lemonade. Because lemonade divides by 3 all by itself. So I got about 2/3 peach Sprite up until here, plus lemonade, another 1/3. To the glory of the Trinity. What is lemonade plus peach Sprite, that divine combination? Lemonade, and remember I had a divine appointment earlier at Trinity where there were 3 drinking stations at a party, red, yellow, blue, full of lemonade, water, iced tea. Red, yellow, blue, divide by 3. Lemonade, water, iced tea, divide by 3. And then the color name plus each drink, container-wise, divides by 3. Red and lemonade both divide by 3. Okay. Yellow is plus 2, water is plus 1, they knit together to divide by 3. Blue is plus 1, and iced tea is plus 2, they knit together to divide by 3. So literally, the colors were 1, 2, 3. The drinks were 1, 2, 3. Okay. But I talked about that previously, it was an ordained miracle. And so lemonade, what does that add to? That's 42, 54, there's love, plus another, lemonade equals Jehovah. Wow. Man. You're going to want to drink more lemonade now, aren't you? On a sunny day. It's May 30th, which divides by 3. 2015 in text is, I believe, 15 times 15, the Queen's full birth name. It's getting warmer. Lemonade is the perfect, think of good summer lemonade divides by 3. Lemonade equals Jehovah. Peach Sprite. Bananas are great in summertime. Ice cream divides by 3. Anyways, so lemonade equals Jehovah. That is very incredible. Because when I went to this party, it was called a fiesta, and fiesta divides by 3. Mexican also divides by 3, and the food was Mexican. Mexican equals Jehovah equals Mexico. And the king drink, so to speak, that was in the container red, which is the king of colors, was lemonade. I'm not saying it's the king drink because water was sitting right next to it. And then iced tea right next to that. And actually the perfect combination by my palate was a perfect third mix of all 3 of them to make a swamp mix. Swamp divides by 3. Anyways, so lemonade equals Jehovah. So add 69 to the party. Peach Sprite, and now you know why we have the Coca-Cola Freestyle, because you can mix all these names and get massively cool combinations. So peach Sprite plus lemonade adds to 189, which is 3 loves plus half a love, 189. 7 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay. So that's what I had in this very cup that I'm holding in my hands right now. First thing I got was about 2/3 peach Sprite, and then 1/3 lemonade on top, the Minute Maid lemonade that they have at the Coca-Cola Freestyle. And that tasted perfect to complement the bananas I had. I also got another Snickers bar, which we saw yesterday, and gave my donation to the Christian University, Trinity Western University. I consider any money paid for anything at a Christian establishment to be a gift, a happy gift, happy contribution and donation to the kingdom of God. So then I take my peach Sprite plus lemonade. Peach Sprite equals the truth, lemonade equals Jehovah, in my hand along with my Snickers. And I'm drinking it as I walk towards the gym. The gym divides by 3. At Trinity Western University, get my Mikasa volleyball. Mikasa equals love. But before I do anything in the gym, I sit down with this drink in hand, and I look at the top, and I solve this gem in real time while I'm there. And I love this one so much because it's so discreet. Few people would find this one, but I love these ones. And so can you read that? Is it coming through? So there's the word other, okay, which I pressed in as soon as I saw it. And this is the word cola. There, it's coming into view. And then here's the word diet. So there's 3 bubbles that you can press on these lids. These are made by the millions, obviously, by a company called International Paper. And that's written on the top here. The word straw divides by 3 as well. Okay? But I did the math on it straight away, and the first thing that jumps out at you is that the word other is the one that divides by 3. And that is so cool, because that is the Coca-Cola freestyle. That is like God defined. It's like infinite creativity. Other. The other 2 bubbles say cola and diet. Cola, diet, or other. I'm an other. And so are you. You're unique in world history. That's why I love the Coca-Cola freestyle. It's like, what do you want to make? What suits your taste buds the best? And you can mix like 1/10 of this, 2/10 of that, like 3/10 of something else, and just keep creating and trying it out. But so I immediately, the whole thing, all 3 of them knit together to divide by 3. I did the math while I was sitting there. It adds perfectly to 135, which is love plus half a love. And we're going to find the love plus half a love right after this. But I was in fact drinking out of this peach Sprite plus lemonade. So that is, of course, classified as an other. A different drink, another drink, a new drink, other than cola or diet. Other. Don't you love that? God is the king of other. It's like just when you thought you've heard and seen it all of what God is like and what he's up to, other. Override. The word override divides by 3. Okay, so let's get these words on the board. And you can solve every detail of this. Like, oh, the 3 arrows of the recycling sign. 1, 2, 3. You're just like, how many more 3s are going to come at me? But this one is so fun. The number of letters divides by 3. The grand total couldn't be any more perfect. And then, best of all, you've got a +1, a +2, and a 3. Cola is +1. Diet is +2, and other is 3. And they're all in order. The cola is first guy over here. Cola +1, and that's really obvious because the COL all divide by 3, and then A equals 1. Like, it's the most obvious +1 you can come up with. Diet +2. Well, the T on the end as well is +2, and the rest divides by 3. And then other is so glaring because it starts and ends with letters that divide by 3, and then the famous word the, which is king, is sitting right in the center. I'm telling you, look in the humble places. But this is there's so many of these, it's ridiculous. Okay, so let's just quickly get this on the board. That's been preached on so we can make way for new glory. That's so cool though. Peach Sprite equals the truth. And if you haven't tried Peach Sprite at the Coca-Cola Freestyle, jump on it. Oh, by the way, Coca-Cola Zero divides by 3, just like Coca-Cola Freestyle. And that's where you can get caffeine-free Coca-Cola. If you want caffeine-free Coca-Cola, which is quite beneficial to not get caffeine if that bothers you, Coca-Cola Zero divides by 3. Okay, and you can get the caffeine-free edition. Coca-Cola Freestyle divides by 3. The famous brand Diet Coke divides by 3. And you see how all these other words were foreordained to knit together with the famous brand worldwide, which is Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola Freestyle. That's my favorite. Because, are you kidding me? I can blend whatever combination I want. I can water down the drink at the station if I don't want that much sugar. If I just want like a half and half lemonade or a half and half iced tea, I can put 50% water, whatever. It's just finally. Okay. So I encourage you to go to a Coca-Cola Freestyle ASAP. So the first one is cola. That's +1. The next one is diet. Sorry, the number of letters does not divide by 3, but that's okay. And then other, which is everyone's personal favorite, because it means you created this. Other, my own creation from the Coca-Cola Freestyle, or it could just be water, which is of course the king of all drinks. Always will be. Okay, so the whole thing adds to 135, which is love plus half a love. So let's find those three components in there. But just look at the obvious 1, 2, 3. When I say obvious, I mean this is the most obvious plus one there is because A equals 1. And then all these letters divide by 3. And then T is plus 2, 20. And then all these letters divide by 3. And then other, you gotta be, first letter divides by 3, last letter divides by 3, the famous the in the middle, good night. It's like king for the number 3. So when Jesus says love another, or love one, this word other, like something other than yourself. Okay. So let's find, in honor of red being the king of colors, let's find love plus half a love. Well, here's a half a love at the center of cola, LO. That's irresistible. Then let's shoot for 9s. Here's double 9 right there. Here's a 9 right here. So we already have two 27s, which equals love. Aha, we can go a C plus a D and a T to make another 27. Okay, so we've already found 3 27s. We need, well, so the rest equals love perfectly, regardless of what we find. And yeah, we're going to find an 18 plus a 36 left over. That's what I see. Or you can get a 9 plus a 30, yeah. The rest equals love. So easily love plus half a love. Easily found in that divine. Foreordained by heaven. I love that one. It's a soda pop. It's a pop cup lid with the 3 bubbles. And yes, the word bubbles divides by 3. There, 1, 2, 3. By divine ordinance, folks. By divine ordinance, the glory of the Trinity. 1, 2, 3. And I pushed in the one called other because my drink was other. Peach Sprite. 1, 2, 3. And there's millions of these things. It's made by a company called International Paper, which you can see on the top there. International Paper. Straw divides by 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 words by divine ordinance on lids all over this universe that add to love plus half a love. By divine ordinance. God is sovereign. He's perfect. There it is. This lid is now worth a lot more than it ever was in the eyes of man. And people are going to appreciate the lids that they have on the drinks that they receive everywhere they go. And kids are going to be studying them and be like, look what I found. Oh my goodness. And then they're inspired. And then they appreciate the company International Paper because they were looking for treasure in the letters. And they're like, you know what? Someone had to come up with this and design it and make it so that I could enjoy it. And oh look, the 3 arrows of the recycling symbol glorify the Trinity. I should recycle this when I'm done with it to the glory of the Triune God. And oh look, there's 5 spokes on it. That's the 3rd prime perfectly. And oh, straw divides by 3. Oh my. And okay. Cool. So, that was highly enjoyable. And then I'm playing volleyball and also shooting a few hoops. And then a guy walks in. I was in the gym all by myself. And about halfway through, a guy walks in and was shooting a few baskets and eventually came over and chatted with me a little bit. And he didn't stay long. But on his way out, he turned around and said, "Have a good day." Wonderful. A bit of a standout, to be honest, but that's friendliness on Christian ground. Okay, at a Christian university, but that was a standout. It was an obvious standout. Not many people will, leave a gym facility and turn around and shout across the gym, "Have a good day." Well, after he said it, I did the math on it, and "have a good day" divides by 3. Better than that, it adds perfectly to 108, which equals worship, which equals love plus love. So now we're going to find the 2 loves in that divinely ordained phrase. Why did that happen in my life today? I did not make that happen. I did not plan that was going to happen in my day. God ordained this fellow to come into the gym. Who knows? It might have been an angel. No, I believe fully it was an ordinary person. I'm confident. It's like God gives you discernment about things. But anyway, have a good day. That happened so that now I can make this video to the glory of God. This is so cool though. That is so cool. On the cover of a drinking lid. And I was even led in the moment to punch in the 3rd bubble, which is the one that divides by 3, other. I love that. Other. What does other add to, by the way? It's really obvious. It's 33 plus 33. The famous the is 33 in the middle. OR is 33 flanking. Hello. And what does this say about God? Well, he foreordained Coca-Cola Freestyle, you know, before the existence of all these lids. And said, my kids are effectively going to be pressing in other all the time because they're going to create any combination they want. That's cool. It's very cool. Other. Would you like cola or diet or other? Oh man, I want to create exactly what I want. Other. But it's too beautiful. 1, 2, 3. And the grand total is so screamingly loaded. This is 135, which is 3 times 3 times 3 times the third prime. 3 times 3 times... Oh, I lost track there. 3. It's 9 times 15, which is 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. 3 times 3 times 3 times the third prime. Like, good night. Okay. Very, very awesome. Okay. Even the word cola equals 31, which glorifies number 3 all by itself. And that's a real obvious plus 1. It's like 30 plus 1. And then diet is 18 is 48. No, sorry. 38. That equals gold, by the way. Gold. The word gold equals 38. Wonderful. So when you put these two guys together, you get Jehovah. Oh my goodness. Good thing we stayed a while. Wait a second. Am I missing something here? No, something's... Is that correct? 9 plus 9 is 18 plus 38. Yeah, and then 27, 31. So maybe this grand total is wrong. No, 66. Yeah, no, that's correct. And then other equals 66. Oh man. This just keeps getting better. So the word other, which is the one I pressed in, the word other equals happy. Well, I wouldn't have been happy if this was a Coke or a Diet Coke. Believe me, I wouldn't have been happy. Like I was happy when I got the peach Sprite, which I got exactly what I want, plus lemonade, which equals Jehovah. And I had full control over that because of the Coca-Cola Freestyle. And so I was happy. Can you imagine, folks, the concept of actually allowing people to make their own choices so that they are guaranteed to be happy? That's why most restaurants where you order things, especially for a big guy like myself, are basically a joke. Because you're not even in control of the portion size. Nonsense. Give me a buffet. We need more health food buffets. We don't even have one single health food buffet anywhere in Langley. That is a tragedy. Sorry, we do have one. We found it. God led me to it. It's in the resort, which is actually part of the government-funded like casino operation. I'm like, whatever it is, I just care about the buffet. It's actually not inside the casino. It's part of the resort. But it's a fantastic health food buffet. Not as good as it could be. Okay? But it does have a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine as well, and it's got great veggie salads and great tasting food. No complaints. Zero complaints. Great buffet, great value. Buffet equals 60. But so here we come along. You gotta be kidding. So other equals happy, equals sugar, equals blessed, equals freedom. Oh, that's the word I was looking for. See how patience prevails there? Other equals freedom. Ah, there. You see how patience prevails? We waited long enough and we got the glory. So when you go to the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine at Trinity Western University, you can pick one of these cups of 3 different sizes, 3, and you will get the lids that all say the same thing, cola, diet, or other. Well, you press in other, because other equals happy equals freedom. And then you exercise your freedom with the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine to put in whatever mix of drinks you want. By the way, Mixology divides by 3. Let's get that on the Mixology, the science of mixing. And it's very obvious because it's got 3 plus 1s in the bookend positions, and then all this divides by 3. Mixology was foreordained for the glory of the Trinity. Now you know why we mix things in this planet God designed. Because God is 3 people. Effectively, you could say God is a team, like a mix kind of to say, but yet they are all discrete, 3 in 1. You're never going to look at these drink lids the same ever again. You're never going to look at the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine the same ever again. And now you're going to understand that God likes freedom. And He's the God of, other. Sorry, there's always more. You can mix whatever you want. We need to do this in health food buffets. I've said it before, someone should start engineering a smoothie machine where people can press buttons like a touchscreen, just like Coca-Cola Freestyle, to add whatever smoothie ingredients they want, fruits, vegetables, and the machine is engineered such that it can peel any fruit or vegetable and mince it into a smoothie complete with crushed ice, served to temperature, just like the Coca-Cola Freestyle, basically, and they can pick preset options, okay? But we have the technology and the engineering capacity to be able to create a machine like that. We should do it. Okay? Call it this smoothie machine. You know, definitely come up with a name that hits it out for the number 3. Like, I don't know. And then health food buffets, but that's amazing. So other equals freedom equals happy equals family and blessed and on and on. Woman, sugar, all these things. So let's solve all mixology now. That's 45 in the bookends, and then add 9 points for love. So, oh my goodness, look at it. So look at where love sits in mixology. The 2 pairs of bookend letters make love perfectly in mixology. You've got to be kidding me. And then, whoa, this is creepy. Folks, this is actually the creepiest, most perfect word I've ever seen in my life for love. Like, someone remember the date and time. It is 3:02 p.m. May 30th, 2015. And so in just a few seconds, it will be 3:03 p.m. May 30th, 2015. That's amazing. And mind-blowing. Okay. And so that's love. And then in the center is half a love flanked by another XO. That's insane. So 27, half a love in the center, and then a 33 flanking that. Or 39, pardon me. 39 flanking that. Which is, of course, 66 again. So 66 is in the center there, between love. Well, that adds perfectly to 120. It's so perfect, it's painful. Mixology. You've got to be kidding me. And I'm actually going to give you a shot of the time now that it's 3:03, just so you can see I'm not making anything up on you here. Everything, down to the detail, is by Divine Ordinance, including the time of everything. Okay, so back we go. Yes, God gives everything to Jesus. Okay. In fact, Jesus is God. Okay, so back we come here. Back we come. This camera has an interesting, like, self-adjusting, like, there. So mixology adds perfectly to 120. That is insane. And then find love in that. Well, we already did. So love, the M plus the I plus the G plus the Y makes 54 equals love. And then you've got half a love right in the center, L-O, the first 2 letters of love. Love plus half a love, plus the X, 24, and the O, 15 is another 39. So that love plus half a love is 81, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, plus 39 is 120 perfectly. I testify by the living God that I've just solved all mixology in the history of the universe for the glory of the Trinity, including the Coca-Cola Freestyle. That's, you know, a machine that is the definition of mixology that the consumer, that any person can use. By the way, the word consumer divides by 3. Person divides by 3. Client divides by 3. Customer divides by 3. Have you not yet noticed that those 3 important words in business all start with the letter C, which equals 3, and divide by 3 in total? Client, customer, consumer. 3, 3, 3, because every single person is made in the image of God, who is 3 persons. Wow. And this can be taught in all of our schools worldwide. So we have a love awakening, and a truth awakening, and a heaven-sent blessing to all. Okay, so mixology. That's huge. Huge gem that we got there. You see how God gives us insanely expensive gems? When I start preaching on the humblest of things, a Coca-Cola cup lid with 3 bubbles whose titles knit together to divide by 3, and when we start preaching on that and sharing the glory of this, lo and behold, God gives us the word mixology in real time that is just out of control, massively perfect. And that's a very big word, mixology. I mean, that covers everything that mixes with anything else, including people socializing at a party, mixology, including people getting together on teams or trying to find, a right team chemistry, a recipe, all recipes, all food is mixology, bartending, drinks, slushies, all foods of every sort are a mixture of different atoms. In fact, all items and compounds in the universe are effectively a mixture of the physical elements. So basically, this entire universe is a giant mixology fest by God's sovereign will. So, worship the Triune God today for mixology. He's the master of it. He's also the best matchmaker there is. Match and maker both divide by 3. Don't fear, he knows what he's doing. Okay? Your job is to trust, thank, and worship. And love him. Okay. That's huge. Mixology. That's like my new favorite word. Just say it, you'll get happy. Mixology. I'm going to the Coca-Cola Freestyle to study mixology. Firsthand. And I'm going to try it out on my own taste buds. Taste buds divides by 3. Try divides by 3. Now, like I said, folks, I'd love to see engineers develop a health food version of the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine with fruits and vegetables that I can just pick any variety of whole fruit and vegetables that I want. The coolest thing of all would be a machine that sits in any produce section of any store, and I can literally gather, I can pick a small bucket or any size bucket, plop in any whole version, untouched, raw, uncut, unpeeled version of whatever vegetables or fruits I want in said smoothie. And I literally just dump them into the big lid of this machine or toss them all in. Press a few options like, do I want ice added? Do I want it to be completely minced? And using engineering and analysis that we're capable of, it peels everything properly, puts the peels into a compost pile, compost chute bin, and turns the rest of all the content that we normally peel as people and then do and turns it all into a smoothie on site, like in as quick as can be done. And this can start basic, and then it can get more sophisticated until, like I said, I literally walk into the produce section and I grab any set of items that I want and I just throw them into the top of this thing, press a button, and it makes a smoothie for me while funneling all the seeds and all of the compostable peels into a bin that we then use as fertilizer and compost. Folks, we have the engineering capabilities to do this. Okay. For people's health and delight. And then now people can be more creative in mixing. And it's like, man, I really feel like my body needs, some bananas and some blueberries and, strawberries, and why don't we add some greens in there just for whatever. Well, just grab them straight off the produce line, dump them in said machine, press a button, walk away, come back whenever you need to, and there's your cup full of just the whole thing minced, and you could program how much water or optional liquids that you would add to it in order to give it the liquidity. There's all sorts of ridiculous things being spent time on engineering. Why don't we engineer something for everyone's health? Our bodies are the most expensive physical objects there are on this earth. They are the temple of the living God. Why are we spending ridiculous amounts of manpower? You know what I'm talking about. I'm saying it's a good idea. We can do it. Why don't we get started? Okay, and you could start basic and then get more intricate. You know, solve like the easy fruits and vegetables first. You know, the recognition, you know, engine, the peeling mechanism, and the mincing. You get the idea. You're just replicating what we do all the time by ourselves. When we peel bananas, discard the peel, you know, whatever, decore an apple, remove the seeds, you know, just, okay. Alrighty, that's amazing though, mixology. Very cool. Other equals freedom equals happy. So cool. So cool. Okay. So, Coca-Cola Freestyle. Peach Sprite. Marvelous. Exactly. And it's like, how much more can you replicate this concept to? It's like, now that people have seen it, they're like, wait a minute. Why can't we mix more things than just Coca-Cola products? Why can't we have a machine that mixes a whole bunch of fruits? The smoothie is the most logical follow-up product. Why can't we have a machine that allows me to make a smoothie based on whatever fruits I want in there, and I can program the thing? Better yet, I can actually pick the whole fruits from said produce section, throw them in the top, and press go. And if I want to walk away, if it needs time, or if it does it, you know, maybe pick a few options. How thick do you want it? How much liquid do you want it? This is not complicated, folks. It's all been done before. It's like, a banana is a banana. It has a certain degree of thickness. So are most apples, so are most oranges. It's like, there's a calculatable amount of water / orange juice that you would add to these minced items in a smoothie in order to give the smoothie a pleasurable texture. That is like, people can pick one of 3 textures, like very watery, like almost as liquid can be, you know, milkshake style thickness, or, you know, thicker, you know, just have 3 levels of thickness, so to speak. This is all solvable. It has been solved. We just need to make the machine. How hard can it be to make a machine that recognizes and peels a banana and puts the peel over here, and the fruit now gets delivered to a blender where it will get blended into a smoothie with a certain percentage of water or orange juice added, or in crushed ice? How hard can that be? It's like if we threw 1/10 of the engineers in like one city of the United States at this problem, we would have it completely built in like less than a month and serving healthy human beings worldwide. Okay. Let's do something for our bodies, which are the temples of the living God. Okay. That is so cool. So cool. It's like, I just want to be able to mix whatever I want. I don't like a whole bunch of blueberries. And this will help people with diets. You know how hard it is for some people to get eating healthy? It's because they can't stand the taste of certain things. Oh, a doctor says I need to get more spinach and greens and broccoli in my diet. Wow, look at this. Just pull up to the new instant smoothie machine. It's fast, it's convenient, and you'll disguise that broccoli flavor with a bunch of great citrus fruits and some added crushed ice so it's nice and chilled. We can even add some crunchy diced almonds in there so you get to crunch on it while you drink it down. You won't even taste your greens, you won't even taste this, and it happened fast and efficient. You didn't have to do all this crazy effort of, like, you know, buying these big quantities of produce, going through the checkout, you know. The checkout person's all bored because they've been doing this all day long, like ding, 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 and then they gotta take it home, you know, wash it themselves, and then, like, you know, dice it all themselves, and then, like, pull out the blender because it was in the cupboard, and then, like, put the stuff in, and, you know, maybe they have to do it twice because the blender isn't big enough and they wanted to get some for their family, and, You know, then they finally, after like 2 hours and an insane amount of like transaction costs, they've got the health drink that the doctor ordered in their hands. People aren't going to do that because of the time cost. But if we make a machine that is on site at the produce section of any produce section in the universe, it could be a fruit stand on the side of the whatever, you know? Who knows? And it can happen right there. And if it takes maybe a couple minutes and the person wants to do the rest of their shopping while it happens, then that's what it'll be. But they'll get their health drink and they'll get their greens that the doctor ordered, they'll get their superhuman drink, they'll be able to drink all their vitamins and minerals in less than 5 minutes, and it costs them less than 10 minutes in their regular grocery run, and they'll be singing their heads off and buying one for everyone. And that'll be their regular routine, and we'll have actually healthy people on this planet. And it'll be a wild success. It'll be a wild success worldwide. Whoever it is that comes up with this machine and patents, you know, everyone worldwide will want one. Are you kidding me? Since the Garden of Eden, man has been wanting to just like throw all these fruits into a giant machine and out comes a mix. Poof! We now have the technology and we have everything we need to do that. I just want to literally shoot basketball hoops with bananas, oranges, apples, watermelons into this machine, press a giant button, and poof! Here comes a smoothie of whatever liquid container size there is that I threw in for my immediate consumption and the consumption of my children or my friends that need to get these vitamins inside of them. Let's invent it. It won't be difficult, and it'll be worth it, and it'll propagate worldwide. Like I said, folks, it's like an entire engineering department at a couple universities anywhere in this country would probably be able to come up with this thing in less than like 2 months and be set for the rest of their lives just selling this whole thing. It's ridiculous what we spend engineering on. All sorts of dead things that are outside of our own human bodies, which are the glory of God. Why don't we engineer something that can create on-demand smoothies for the average mother, the average father, the average child, doing their shopping in a grocery store? Oh, honey, let's get our greens right now. Let's get our fruits and vegetables right now. It's really fun, kids. You just grab whatever you want from the produce section, put it in a bucket, dump it in this machine, press a button, and boom, you got a nice, chilled, delicious Slurpee that's actually healthy for you, kids. You've done this at the Slurpee store. Now come to the health food section. And oh, by the way, it's all environmentally friendly, and now we get this nice compost pile full of all the peels and stuff like that. It'll win every single award by every single green organization and every single government in the history of the universe. Get on it, engineers of the world. Make yourself $1 billion in the process. Actually, better yet, just save people's health. That's the whole point. Call it the super mix machine. You can throw anything in and it'll blend it. You know, like that show, Will It Blend? Well, that's basically what this machine will do. It's basically the perfect blender. But it intelligently recognizes the different fruits and vegetables as they are sorted by said machine. It says, oh, here's a carrot. Well, let's chop off the green thing at the top and we can use that for something elsewhere. I don't know. And if it needs to wash it, it washes it. And then, you know, adds it to the blender. Oh, here comes a pineapple. How do we core a pineapple? It separates the pineapple. It separates the mass of pineapple. Chops off the top. It's like, you know, chunk down the sides. Pops out the center. Just like human beings are doing by the thousands right now. Like, how many human beings on this planet are taking the time to do the exact same thing that all their friends are doing? Cutting the you know, the bark, the wrapper off the pineapple. You know, getting the core out of the center, cutting it into layers. There's several thousand human beings doing the same thing over and over again. Right now. With pineapples, bananas, oranges, apples, grapes, peaches, plums, carrots, broccoli, spinach, everything that we consume. Why don't we just solve it mechanically and make the ultimate dream machine for people's health? Maybe someday people will actually own one in their own house. Kids will come home, they'll just be like, hey, it's time to shoot hoops for a health drink. Throw in all this stuff, press the button, bing! We don't need those vitamin and pill supplements anymore. We actually have an on-demand smoothie. It's all about convenience, folks. It's all about convenience. It's all about time. People know that time is precious. If you make a machine that saves people time, that gives them what they need and what they want, done. It'll sell like hotcakes and it'll bless the entire universe. So, call it the ultimate mix machine. And yes, it will be really cool. Okay. I mean, it's man's dream to just be able to get inside of his body what he wants, and it tastes good in the process. Well, it's all just mixing. It's like if you ever, like, just a spoonful of sugar up some medicine, go down the medicine, you know? It's just like, and it's true, people that have to take pills with their food. It's like, well, just throw in your pills or whatever. Throw in whatever stuff you got to get into your body, into this machine, and just mix it all. Relieve suffering. Relieve annoyance. I don't want to have to chew on raw cabbage. But, and I also don't want to have to like wash it and peel it. Throw it into the machine. Yeah, does its thing. Here comes a delicious smoothie with, you know, all the delicious things that I love. Plus the cabbage is in there, disguised. The kids won't even know. You serve the kids and the husband their drink at dinner. They're like, honey, this drink is, what's in this thing? Well, let me tell you. And then she rattles off like 12 different fruits and vegetables and like 400 vitamin-like terms. And they'll just be like, you bought the ultimate mix machine, didn't you? And she'll be like, I confess I did. It's in the garage. No, hopefully it'll be small enough that like people can get it. Anyways. Like I said, folks, 2 months with good engineers, done, already made.